Okay, hi my loves, welcome and welcome back to my channel, Soup for the Soul Tarot, or Tea Time Tarot if you're watching this on TikTok. So we're going to get into an Aquarius pick a card reading for the month of April, and this is just a general forecast for the sign. Oh my god, I can't talk today. Cross watchers are welcome. Please, I ask for you to be respectful of others. But also, this does not necessarily have to be in your chart. Perhaps you're just resonating in this energy, and that's completely acceptable. All right? I'll give you guys a couple of, well, really seconds to a minute here to take a couple of deep breaths. I cannot talk today. And maybe even close your eyes if you feel so inclined. And once you open them, see which card you feel most drawn towards. All right, let's start with those that were drawn towards this card. Card number 1. What's the forecast for the month of April? We have 7 of Scrolls, and I'll show you what it looks like in the upright. Intricacies in industry, and this was in the reverse position. Okay. I'll brighten up the space a little bit. It's hard to see these cards. All right, there we go. So, in the month of April, I feel like this could be either you or your person if you're a cross watcher. But I feel like somebody here is really focused on rebuilding. And this time around, this is wanting to get everything right, wanting to make everything just perfect. So you may have a huge task list, or you just have a really long to-do list, okay? And it's really frustrating because with each task, you may feel, or your person feels, okay, take it how it resonates, that you want to cover every detail, every crevice, you know. You provide very intricate work in whatever field you're in, or whatever it is that you're working on. It's like you care so much, and it's like you're looking it over, you're scrutinizing it. Meanwhile, you have a bunch of other stuff you need to do. Maybe you haven't even tackled it or tackled any of these other projects because you're so focused on, you know, this one thing. Okay. At least in the month of April. So there may be a need to take a step back and just kind of reevaluate where you're at and ask yourself if it's really worth your time to pay any more attention to maybe the one project you've been working on the longest, or the one thing you've been giving your attention to the most, and ask if this is really worth it, you know, because maybe there are other aspects of your life kind of falling to the wayside. You know, I just feel like there's a lot of imbalance with this pile when it comes to your time and your work and your effort. But let's pull some tarot here and kind of see what else comes through. At this rate, you'll never get done. That's what it feels like. But you guys are very ambitious. And, you know, again, you have a vision, you have a dream, and you want to build it. Let's go in the month of April. Hello. We have Two of Wands. The High Priestess in the reverse. You also may not be listening to other people right now, especially if it's your spouse. Again, maybe that's just because you're highly distracted with something else here. All right, and we have the Nine of Coins in the reverse. Okay. So, a path forward is blocked for you. Like maybe you cannot move forward without the approval of something. Maybe approval of a document. You may be waiting to hear back from somebody here. Or this just could be an obstacle on your path. And due to this obstacle, you don't have clarity on, how you can move forward. These future plans, you don't know if you're going to be able to complete them. Maybe because of, again, just other conflicting things that are going on in your life as well. I do feel like with the Strength card, family is involved for a lot of you at least. And so I do feel like you're having to address whether you're putting enough time and effort into your family life. Because I do feel like somebody here may be spending more time outside of their home than in their home. And that could mean like, you maybe you have a project that's outside. Maybe it's a hobby for you to, to work on something, like maybe a project. Maybe you're a woodworker, okay? Doesn't necessarily have to be, but it could also mean like you're spending just too much time at work, I just feel like whatever this is, you're avoiding family and maybe even children here. With the Nine of Coins in the reverse, though, there's this energy of you not wanting to stop until something is completed. It's like you can't live with yourself. You can't just sit still and do nothing about it. Whatever this project is that you're working on, I feel like it just consumes your mind. For some of you, maybe you think you have to sacrifice your time up front. Maybe because you're thinking once this is done, then you'll have more time. Once this is done, maybe you could afford more things for your family, for example. Let's pull an overall card here. Okay, we have number 35, and it is an anchor. Yeah, bottom of the deck, we have the number 23. So, some of you could be settling down. Maybe you recently bought a home or you're working on your home. But there's also this energy of being fearful that you're going to be on a sinking ship. And you're trying your best to avoid that. And so again, you may feel like you're working extra hard to avoid that. Also, in addition to that, you're spending too much time, again, you're spending too much time outside of the home. You're spending too much time in one space. and you're needing to move. You're being asked to balance other aspects of your life. All right, that's what I'm seeing here. Let's see if there's anything else. All right, I'm going to read number 35 here then in the booklet, and this says, with stability and security, I bring peace of mind. I push you to persevere and help you to reach your goal. Watch out for negative cards. They might shackle and pull you down a hole. Let's see. The anchor offers stability and security, being confident that your hard work will pay off in the long term. This is a card of assurance. You are protected in all times of need. Okay, so you need not worry. And the thing is, you are worried. Some of you could be the breadwinner in your family, you know, so or the man of the house, especially if, you know, you're more of a traditionalist. But that's kind of what I'm seeing here for pile 1. Thank you for pile 1. If that resonated, hope you choose to subscribe to my channel, Soup for the Soul Tarot, or follow me on TikTok. And hit the like button on your way out. Alright, let's move on to the next card over here. What is the forecast for you guys? We have number 2, the Akashic Library. Alright. Kind of similar to pile 1, you guys definitely spend a lot of time at work. It's definitely that Saturn influence on you. Yeah, you spend a lot of time at work. Or you may spend a lot of time in your own library, or a lot of time in your office space. Regardless, it's because you're working on something. If it's not you working at your job, for those that have like a 9-to-5 kind of situation, then it's this hobby or this passion of yours. Or for those that are in school, it's something that you're studying. And you spend a lot of your time devoted to that in the month of April. But I feel like just in general, but definitely in the month of April. And you also may be thinking or imagining going outside. Maybe seeing a little bit more of nature, possibly taking a vacation. But for whatever reason, you feel like you're cooped up where you are. For some of you, maybe it's because there's finals coming up, right? Those that are in school, perhaps there's finals coming up. Or there's just a really big project that you have to finish at work. And you have to reach a deadline. Or you have to meet a deadline. All right, let's pull some tarot here. In the month of April. Also, I do feel like you're spending a lot of your time alone. We have the Knight of Coins in the reverse. Yeah, Knight of Coins in reverse. You're definitely not going anywhere. Right? Queen of Coins in the reverse. You could also be thinking of an earth sign. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Doesn't necessarily have to be. Okay. We have the Temperance card. Okay, and one more card here. We have the Hermit, yeah. Spending a lot of time alone, right? Again, Temperance card. I do feel like you're spending a lot of time working on something. slowly building your skills or building your knowledge base. And it's maybe taking a lot of, again, studying or research or contemplation, you in deep thought. Let's see, in the month of April. You also may be missing somebody with Earth in their chart. Perhaps you guys have broken up, or maybe you're in separation. That's what I'm feeling here. Some of you could be in separation from this person. You're no longer together, possibly even with this person. But maybe you wish you could see them again. Maybe the Hermit card, you don't even know where they are. You know. But they may have wanted to free themselves from you. Possibly because they didn't feel like you were making time for them. Let's pull an oracle card here. Overall energy. Like the last pile, we have the same anchor. But this is in the challenge position here. So, honestly, I feel like with this, in the month of April, you may find that you're struggling to concentrate. I almost feel like you guys want to drift away, yearning for more freedom or more free time, or perhaps just wanting to escape your reality because you're really in your feelings about someone else maybe that you miss. Okay. Let's see here. All right, and that is the reading for those that chose this pile or this card. Thank you guys for watching, and hope you guys choose to hit the like button on the way out, and maybe subscribe to my channel, Suit for the Soul Tarot, or follow me on TikTok. All right, and moving on to this last pile over here. What is the forecast for the month of April? We have 8 of Keys, the Master Artisan. Okay. So, in the month of April, you may, I feel like you may be either teaching or you could also be perfecting your skill, but I feel like you already have a lot of foundational knowledge on the subject if that were the case. So, you may be attending like a workshop. You may be teaching others. Somebody here could be a professor at a university, you know, and this is also you working in your lab. Doesn't necessarily have to be. But I almost feel like you've been working on something for a while. I feel like for a lot of you it's been years that you've dedicated your life towards something here. Maybe it's your career. I do feel like it's something that a lot of you are genuinely interested in. It's your craft, you know. It means a lot to you. Let's pull some tarot here and see what's going on. You've definitely come a long way. A long, long way. All right, one more shuffle here for good measure. Someone here could also be a chef, doesn't necessarily have to be. Somebody may own their own restaurant here. The Two of Swords. The Queen of Wands. Yeah, I definitely feel like you are actually well regarded, or you are recognized for the type of work that you do on some level. All right, the Nine of Swords and the Four of Cups. Okay. So, somebody also could be wearing glasses here. Maybe these are reading glasses, doesn't necessarily have to be. For some of you, maybe you've been doing this for so long and maybe you've loved it, but maybe it's not something you want to do for the rest of your life necessarily. Like some of you in the month of April may be brainstorming different avenues. Maybe you're wanting to get into something new or do something new with your skills, but you're not really sure what just yet. Again, Queen of Wands. I do feel like you have a good reputation, so perhaps you have a pretty good list of people you can reach out to, for either help or a reference. I feel like you have a pretty good network circle. But with the Nine of Swords, there's a lot of uncertainty here. Like you're not really sure what you're going to do about something. Maybe it's you don't know what you're going to do about this change that you're wanting to make. Because Four of Cups, a part of you is just not really wholeheartedly in it anymore. And maybe that's unusual for you because maybe for a long time you were really dedicated to whatever this was, And I do feel like you're in this stage of life where you're questioning what you're doing. Like, I kind of want that passion back, that fire back. And maybe that entails you trying to find what that is that you can be passionate about. All right, let's pull an oracle card here. We have number 42, the compass. Yeah. Also, you could also be thinking about a Queen of Wands. All right. This could be a fire sign. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius doesn't necessarily have to be. You could also be the fire sign. But whoever it is that you're attracted to, if this part of the reading pertains to you, if not, obviously don't take it. But you may be thinking about reaching out to this person. Maybe telling them what's really on your mind. Maybe you didn't really think much of it in the beginning, but now you can't stop thinking of them. And I almost feel like this has caught you off guard, if that were the case. So what are you going to do? Some of you are also contemplating whether this feeling means something or not. Like, is this your true north? Is that where you're supposed to be? Is that who you're supposed to be with, you know? And so I do feel like you're searching for answers. You may be actually doing some research as well. Maybe even indirectly asking people questions. You know, maybe you ask a friend, like, what would you do if you were in this situation? But you don't maybe slip in the name of whoever that person is. You know, or you don't give them too many details about who this person is. You just kind of want, you know, their perspective on the situation without them judging you too harshly. But yeah, that is what I have for those that chose this card, or pile 3. If that resonated, I hope you choose to subscribe to my channel, Soup for the Soul Tarot, and maybe like this video or this live, and maybe follow me even on TikTok. Tea Time Tarot is my name on TikTok. All right, guys, that is the end of this reading. And let's see. Sammy Trosh, thank you for the rose, love. And V, hey, Sayla, can I send $5 for a short read afterwards? That's fine, love. If you're still here, I can definitely do that for you. Let me take a drink of water, though. Okay, let me clear the air. And just kind of get all these cards over here.